Israel is a rogue state, and its protection by the US is the clearest example of the hypocrisy at the heart of the empire. This started long before the last 3 months of genocide against the people of Palestine. Given how frequently our own government portrays Israel as a responsible democracy, you might be surprised to hear just how flagrantly they've been violating international treaties, international law, and UN resolutions for decades. Israel has had nuclear weapons since the 1960s in direct violation of the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty, which they, of course, refused to sign in the first place. Israel has somewhere between 90 and 200 nuclear warheads as part of its military arsenal, and to this day has never openly admitted to possessing such weaponry. They've also consistently refused to allow inspectors from the International Atomic Energy Agency to visit their nuclear facilities. They even had a strategic technological partnership with apartheid South Africa, where they aided the apartheid government in building and successfully testing a nuclear weapon in 1979. Under its own laws, the US is prohibited from providing aid to countries that have weapons of mass destruction in contravention of the NPT. And while the US sanctions North Korea and Iran, the latter of which doesn't even have nuclear weapons, Israel, far from being sanctioned by the US, enjoys the highest proportion of US foreign aid out of any nation in the world. And then there's the settlements. At its very founding, Israel carried out mass dispossession and expulsions of Palestinians from their lands. But it's basically never stopped. Settlement of Palestinian territory continues in direct violation of countless international conventions and UN resolutions. As of January 2024, there are at least 244 Israeli settlements in the West Bank, with as many as 450,000 settlers living there, and an additional 220,000 settlers in East Jerusalem. UN Security Council Resolution 446 cited the Fourth Geneva Convention in its condemnation of the settlement, which states that an occupying power shall not deport or transfer parts of its own civilian population into the territory it occupies. If a country on the US hit list were to say it's going to annex anything, it would receive the full weight of US sanctions. But if you're Israel, literally bulldozing entire neighborhoods and erecting segregated settler outposts which routinely commit violent pogroms against the occupied population, then prepare for a swift and decisive abstention or rejection of any resolution condemning your land grab. Similarly, the US political establishment was quick to identify a few troll farms in Russia targeting memes at US voters as an existential threat to American democracy. But when you have the head of state of Israel actively and brazenly colluding with opposition politicians to undermine US policies, it's not even considered a scandal. That's not even to speak of Israel's wide-ranging foreign terrorism operations, including their routine bombing of neighboring countries, as well as targeted assassinations. Israel has openly admitted to carrying out numerous assassinations on top Iranian scientists since at least 2007. What's clear is that the full backing of the US has given Israel a blank check. It's found itself in a position of operating with near total impunity as it tramples on international conventions and law. It's no wonder they feel that they can get away with war crimes. It's no wonder they can brazenly call for the ethnic cleansing of Gaza to pursue a quote-unquote greater Israel. It's no wonder they feel that they can get away with genocide. It's because they've been getting away with it for decades.